So I don't think I ever planned to be a production designer. I
Hmm.
started off wanting to be an architect. So I was in
Hmm.
architecture school, and
Hmm.
we were lucky enough to have different faculties and different,
Hmm.
electives. And I remember film being something that I was extremely interested in.
Hmm.
And I'd always been keen on theater. So, it started off by starting a theater group, and for that theater group, building sets.
Hmm.
Being in a school of architecture, we were expected to design and build our own things and,
Hmm.
get innovative and improvise. And I think the interest started from there about how to create a
Hmm.
space uh, for the storytelling. Because, I mean, you can tell a story and you can have a monologue and you can have a discussion. I mean, like you can have a play with a very
Hmm.
minimalistic backdrop, but it's extremely important to bring the audience into the space of the
Hmm.
story to make it as realistic and believable. So I think it started with theater for me,
Hmm.
and then while studying architecture, and understanding the role that architecture played in film, which is something
Hmm.
that I delved into my thesis, it kind of became very clear to me in the middle of my schooling that that's where I wanted to go. And then I practiced architecture for a bit, but I realized that the patience that you require to see a long project through is something that I probably don't have. So, this became a very good alternative to practice what I learned and studied, but be able to have quick turnarounds. I mean, I would be in sets, I would dress homes, I would dress spaces. So
Hmm.
you ended up realizing your vision faster. I mean, not to say that it's not easy or different. I mean, it's just different. It's different from practicing architecture, but it follows the same principles, and so I just loved. So it was easy for me. So I mean, and having the background of architecture helped me understand space design. Your basic foundations of color, aesthetic, proportion, scale, um, also the language of architecture, of build. So I think it just kind of helped me ease into the profession. So, for me, production design is basically a visual realization of the script, right?
Hmm.
It right from conceptualizing to the creation. So it goes
Hmm.
from having an idea to being able to realize that idea. Whether it is a reimagination of the world or a recreation or an innovation of a world, whether you're recreating period or you're kind of recreating the real world or you're kind of coming up with, say, a fantasy world, it basically is the visual storytelling, so to speak. It doesn't just create a backdrop for storytelling, but it also allows you to kind of layer the storytelling. So it goes beyond the dialogue and the script and the action, because very subtle production design can also kind of create um, and add value to your characters. So, when a PD visualizes and designs and conceptualizes, say, a set, the art
Hmm.
director would basically transform that information into drawings, would have a construction team under them who would then build the set. Uh,
Hmm.
so you'd have, like, say, the head mystery, the construction manager, the carpenters, the painters, the POP artists. You'd have the fabricators. So basically, the art director event builds the world and the space, right? And the set deck will then come and make it personalized. So the furnishings, the soft furnishings, everything that
Hmm.
is tangible and very personal is what the set decorator brings in, and then creates that space and gives that space a certain kind of lived-in warmth, detailing. So that's what a set decorator ends up doing.
Hmm.
And under the set decorator, you have the set dressers, who will be probably doing multiple setups at the same time. You'll have the buyers, you'll have the sourcers, the people who'll go and find the fabrics, find the props, all of that. And then you have the prop master, who handles
Hmm.
everything that has to do with the actors and the action props and the hero props and anything that is mentioned in the script as a prop, which could be a pen, it can be a phone, it can be the phone cover, it can be the car, it can be the tissue box holder in the
Hmm.
car, or any kind of detailing in the car. So a prop master basically has to uh, get into the sense of the character, and shop and purchase something that will add value to the character and make the character more real and believable. So you have the prop master. Then you have the graphic designer,
Hmm.
right from signages to the book covers to, the newspapers. I mean, because a lot of times now with IP, you need to recreate your own newspapers unless you have a
Hmm.
tie-in, your magazine covers, hoardings on the boards, like on the bus stops, anything specific. So graphic designers have now become actually their own department in their own right, and it's about time because they're very
Hmm.
important to the project. So here's the thing. So little known fact, but
Hmm.
production designers are very key in picking the right locations. So one
Hmm.
of the departments that comes under production design is locations.
Hmm.
Um, so right in the beginning, when you're reading the script and you're discussing with the directors, you have to start kind of, as a production designer, it is your job to decide whether something has to be a set or a location. There are
Hmm.
lots of directors who love shooting on real locations, and
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying one is better or worse than the other. All I'm saying is that different projects require a different approach. Some
Hmm.
projects require you to go out and shoot in a live location because it just doesn't is not practical to build it, you know. But sometimes when you have a location where you're shooting for a very long period of time and you'd like things under control, you'd like to build it for yourself and have that control. But a production designer's key, I think, across the visual realization,
Hmm.
whether it's location or a set, because
Hmm.
eventually a location is not going to be shot just as it is, because there is a
Hmm.
story that you're telling, there is a visual narrative that you're creating. So your location may need to be dressed. You may need to add an element there. You may need to change a color somewhere, or introduce a motif or something which is specific to the film. And yes, of course, driving shots and things like that. I mean, there are lots of things where you can just go, and shoot because you just need to do that. But then that's not
Hmm.
the same. It's just that, but you make a decision, do you want black seats in the taxi, or do you want a tree there? You see a bus stop in the background, and do you want that bus stop hoarding to say something specific or not? There are many things to this. So I think just going and shooting is, in this day and age, is not really possible. I mean, because you do want to tell a story at the end of the day, and for that you do need to see the location and approve it beforehand. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, so a location is not a default kind of space where you just end up shooting by accident. It is planned that you're going to pick that location because it works for the story. So one of the
Hmm.
things that at least I encourage is reuse of the material, like your ply putty, all
Hmm.
of that. A lot
Hmm.
of art directors, I mean, when I say art directors, I mean the construction managers who have their own,
Hmm.
setups, and they take turnkey projects. They tend to reuse their material a lot.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so that actually also helps with the budget. So that's actually a very smart decision. It's an easy one, to just
Hmm. Hmm.
definitely reuse all your material. If you plan well and you can time your and schedule your construction build well, you do not need to use styrofoam.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video, and if you like what we do, follow us on our socials and check out our other uploads.